Legal matters, the Court of Appeal in the nation's capital, Abuja, has overturned the judgment of an Abuja High Court, which removed Senator Ifeanyi of the Young People's Party as the lawmaker representing Anambra South Senatorial District. In a unanimous decision by a three-man panel of justices, led by Justice Stephen Adda, the court held that the April 11, 2019 judgment of the High Court was based on incompetent court processes predicated in an originating summons that was not duly signed by any legal practitioner as required by law. The court also awarded a cost of 250,000 naira against the plaintiff.
It's victory at last for Senator Ifeanyi, the senator representing Anambra South Senatorial District in the upper chamber of the National Assembly. In a judgment that lasted less than an hour, the appellate court affirmed the election of Senator Uba on several grounds, one of which is that the lower court acted like an octopus by assuming jurisdiction in a matter that clearly arose outside its jurisdiction. Justice Stephen Adda, who read the lead judgment, says the High Court acted wrongly when it dismissed a motion that Senator Uba filed to draw its attention to anomalies in the processes, and the fact that he was not served with a copy of the suit that led to his removal from the Senate. Although the lawyer to the respondent was unavailable for comments, lawyer to Senator Uba applauds the verdict of the court.
The Court of Appeal rightly found, which we are grateful for, that the lower court ought to have taken the opportunity we gave when we filed the motion to set aside its null judgment.
The appellant and the chairman of Young Progressive Party react to the judgment.
My name has been maimed, destroyed by those who want to use the back door to seek to get on us, get on the mandate given to me freely by the good people of Anambra South. I am not going to relent. I must follow this course to the full length of it because all the processes that emanated from the lower court has been found to be fraudulent.
Time for business news now. Here's Anne Wawodo.
Banking so easy, so simple. Dial *894# now to experience it. You first, First Bank.
Thanks a lot, Amarachi. Welcome to Business News. The Association of Bureau de Change Operators of Nigeria says that despite the sharp drop in demand for dollars caused by the impact of the coronavirus, there's no pressure in the foreign exchange market to warrant any increase in the exchange rate. The association in the statement adds that there will be continued dollar sale at the official price, asking the public to patronize CBN licensed BDCs to purchase dollars. It adds that any BDC found selling dollars above the official exchange rate of 360 naira or violating any regulatory requirement will be severely sanctioned and also risk the revocation of its operating license. Nigeria's Senate Committee on Capital Market has signaled plans to support the creation of laws for repos, otherwise known as repurchasable agreements in the financial market. The chairman, Senator Ibikunle Amosu, mentioned this during an oversight visit of his team to the FMDQ exchange, where he also explains that his readiness to collaborate with the management of the boards on developmental projects.
We are from the Senate, and our business primarily is to legislate. So one quick win for all of us is to ask them to see how adequate is the law, setting it up, and all of those strategic partners they have. So KAMA is one which we have just dispensed with. He talked about repos law. So all of those, when they bring to us, we look at it and we'll quickly assist them to pass it. And once that is done, of course, you can't build something on nothing. You must have the law to guide you in what you do. So those areas we will do. And the other one is to come for oversight like this to see how they're faring, which area do we think they should improve upon. I mean, one of my colleagues did mention that, yes, they should not benchmark themselves with what is happening in Nigeria.
Meanwhile, during a brief stopover at the Nigerian Stock Exchange, the chairman of the committee, Senator Bikunle Amosun, expressed his readiness for the National Assembly to visit and revisit pending market-related laws for ease of passage. He mentioned especially the Petroleum Industry Bill, the Investment and Securities Act, as well as the pension assets exposure to the markets.
He knows what we want.
On behalf of all of us from the Senate, let me reassure you that we will create that enabling environment for you. The necessary laws that you need, we are going to support you. The primary assignment, our primary assignment is to make laws and come on oversight functions like this to see how far you are faring, what are those areas where you think we can assist you. And I'm sure that colleagues will not hesitate. Indeed, I can say that the Senate as a whole and the National Assembly will want to support you. We will continue to support you. The CEO has mentioned some PIB bill, of course, which we are going to revisit. We just passed the KAMA bill in the Senate, and I'm sure that the House of Rep will do the same. The Security and Investment Act, we will look into it. Just come up with areas where you think we should fine-tune. We will do that. He has talked in the area of pension too. You have that fund being locked down there. I heard that it's only about 5% that is being used in Nigeria as against maybe 30% benchmark and all of that. All of those, we are going to look into it and create that enabling law that will support you, because it will be in our interest to so do.
And staying with stocks, well, it has fallen sharply today by 2.94% due to losses from MTN Nigeria and the banking sector. But let's hear more from Teniola Shibowale.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Report. The Nigerian stock market failed to sustain previous gains, ending Thursday's session down 2.94%. Losses from MTN Nigeria and the banking sector caused a major drag in the market today. 3 out of the 5 major sectors we track closed the day negative, with the banking index shaving off 7.75%, while industrial goods lost 1.45% due to losses from market heavyweight Dangote Cement and Lafarge. Shares of Zenith Bank were the most traded for the day in terms of volume, while GT Bank was the highest in terms of value. Overall volume, value and deals traded were lower compared to Wednesday's session at 525.8 million shares, while 4.7 billion naira were exchanged in over 5,400 transactions. Africa Prudential was the highest gainer for the day by 9.91%, while Zenith Bank lost the most by 10%. And that's the Stock Market Report. I'm Teniola Shibowale.
With that, we end business news for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Anne Nwawadu. Amarachi will be back shortly with the rest of the news at 10.
Thanks a lot. And to some company reports, the management of Zenith General Insurance says it is set to revolutionize the insurance industry in Nigeria through a partnership with MTN Nigeria and Prudential Zenith Life Insurance. It will provide mobile insurance services in the country. This partnership offers customers in Nigeria the ease of buying an insurance policy via a USSD platform on their mobile devices.
It's another milestone in the insurance industry, and Zenith General Insurance is at the forefront. From the cocktail to the main event signaled by the arrival of the chairman, Zenith Bank PLC, Jimovia, regulators, partners and staff of Zenith Bank are here to witness the launch of a new mobile insurance service.
With the advent of the mobile insurance platform, which is our USSD, which gives direct access to insurance protection to millions of Nigerians by simply dialing the USSD code on their phone, such untold hardship can be easily alleviated by our insurance product.
The initiative seeks to minimize uncertainty from life's big events as well as deepen financial inclusion in the country.
The fact that 3 powerful regulatory bodies were able to come together to support this innovation, this brilliant idea, What does it mean? It means that Nigeria is very, very capable of changing the landscape of financial inclusion.
MTN Nigeria says it's glad to be an enabling platform for the delivery of the digital insurance.
This is how an example of how we can make the technology available in terms of leading the innovation and make sure that mobile insurance becoming available in the pocket of every single Nigerian.
By simply dialing the USS code *5966#, MTN customers can now buy third-party motor insurance and personal accidents insurance everywhere they go.
The Nigerian incentive-based risk-sharing system for agricultural lending, NESOL, has announced plans to assist 8 million farmers with its new agro-cooperative concept to lift them out of poverty. The managing director of NESOL, Mr. Aliyu Abdulhamid, explains that the agro-cooperatives will help smallholder farmers access better financing, which will in turn expand their income base. He said this at a meeting with officials of the All Farmers Association of Nigeria in Abuja.
The challenges affecting smallholder farmers in Nigeria are many. Some of them include lack of access to mechanization, poor seedlings, lack of access to market and infrastructure. These challenges oftentimes lead to losses, making them earn just a little out of their hard work. But all these are about to be history as the Nigeria incentive-based risk-sharing system for agricultural lending is looking at addressing the challenges headlong.
We intend to organize about 8 million farmers on about 4 million hectares through 16,000 agricultural geo-cooperatives. Now, this number is huge by any standard, and we're not claiming that we can do it in 1 year. But we have started the journey, we have developed the concept, we have validated the concept, and we're leveraging the latest in science and technology and geospatial systems to do that. But at the end of the day, it boils down to the human being in the village on his farm. And the only way we can have access to those farmers that we want to work with is through social engineering, leveraging what? The platform offered by affirms.
The president of the All Farmers Association highlights how the establishment of agro-geo-cooperatives will help farmers achieve a bumper harvest.
Without funds, we cannot improve the welfare of the farmers who are feeding the nation of 200 million or over. The fact that NASAL has facilitated over 100 billion naira into agriculture is not a joke. And we as farmers are very happy and we are grateful, NASA.
The federal government recently committed billions of naira to support farmers across the country. Hopefully, this latest intervention by NESOL will open up more windows of opportunities for farmers to experience a boost in their businesses.